Hi guys, a little something I've been thinking about with the inflation, I think is going on, and a lot of people have mentioned on bugger channels, etc. Flour. Everybody eats sandwiches, bread, pancakes. You all need that one essential ingredient, flour. Now, if you can't cook, you ain't gonna eat. It's one thing to be able to set snares, traps, catch rabbits, squirrels, go crossbow hunting, live fire rifle hunting if you're out in the States. But in places like Britain, which is an island, it won't take long before 3.5 million people or whatever will soon shoot through the entire population of wild stock. There'll be no more meat left. You're going to need to get cook and get food elsewhere. One of those being bread. Now, until recently, I couldn't even cook a baked bean. I was useless. But in the last few weeks, thanks to my grandmother and my mother, I've been learning to cook, make pancakes, bread, etc. Because one of the things that's going to happen is, if Russia's switched off the gas and everything, and the majority of the bakers in the UK, like Braces and the Warburtons, are using gas-fired ovens, who's going to make the bread? They're going to have to convert all their equipment over to electricity, if they're not doing it already, for bread. Because otherwise the soaring cost of gas is going to go through the roof. It's going to become so expensive for bread, it'll cost you more for a sandwich than to cook a Sunday lunch. Insane possibility. In the last few months, we've already seen fuel in the UK go up since last year from roughly £6 a gallon for fuel to £10 a gallon a few weeks ago, which is insane. Some people are spending over £500 a month just to go to work for a £2,000 a month wage. A quarter of your wage is gone in fuel. Take 20% off, 20% national insurance tax, etc. You're left with £1,000 in your pocket. You're nearly as good off as being on the dole as you are working. So where can you cut corners? Well, one of them is going to be bread. At the moment now, you're looking at £2 for a loaf of bread. Last year it was only £1. That's a 100% increase in 12 months just on bread. So one of the things you can do to help yourself in this kind of situation, learn how to cook bread. Sounds stupid, but it's an easy thing. Bag of flour is about 50 pence. Get some yeast, get some baking tins. You make your normal batter mix if you was going to do a Yorkshire pudding or something like that with flour, egg, milk, water, pinch of salt. Mix it together, a nice creamy smooth batter. Put it into your baking tin with your yeast. Put a towel, moist towel over it. Put it in your airing cupboard or in a warm part in a cupboard in the house. Let it rise overnight. Next day, stick it in the oven. Easy thing to do. But it's the pennies that matter. That's something else which can help as well. It depends how far you want to take the food chain back to see what the cost is going to be. For example, farmers using industrial equipment these days to harvest acres of grain. In America, you're talking massive teams of combine harvesters, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 abreast, clearing thousands of acres of land of grain. In Britain, average farm field might only be something like 20 acres, something like that, even if that. So the cost of flour, everything is set to increase as farmers need to upgrade machinery, buy more fuel efficient machinery, zero emissions machinery in places around London, etc. So again, this is something else to look at, guys. If you're prepping, improve your cooking skills. There's no embarrassment saying that you're a man and you can cook a loaf of bread. I know a lot of guys, myself included till a few months ago, I could cook a Sunday dinner. Nice joint of beef, fillet of fish, manly thing, doing the manly way. All them things are out the window. Learn to cook. You could say in a real life shit is the fan scenario, gas is turned off from Russia, we run out of gas in Britain, you don't have an alternative power source for electricity for your house. Electricity is going through the roof as the coal from China has been disbanded. Only the nuclear power stations in Britain are now supplying electricity. So electricity is going through the roof. What are you going to do? How are you going to save money? Start at the bottom, basics. Learn to improve your cooking skills, because it's not only your household bills are going to go up, it's the takeaways are going to go up. Pizza Hut, McDonald's, KFC, Jubaraj, Indian takeaways, all the prices are going to go up. Start at the basics, guys. Learn to cook, improve your cooking skills. And if you're a single guy, there's no embarrassment to saying that you can't cook. There's plenty of cooking shows on the internet these days that you can pick up skills and tips from. Like I said, think of the real world term. Britain's only an island. At least, I think it's something like 17 million people. It's something, I forget the exact figure, but there's a lot of people. But there's not a lot of green band left in Britain. Not a lot at all. So if everybody's going out with an air rifle and killing rabbits, squirrels, badgers, it won't take long before there's no meat left. Countryside will be destroyed. So don't just think of, hell yeah, I got a crossbow, I can go hunting. Think of the long-term plan, guys. You got to be able to sustain food from other sources. You got to be able to be flexible. If you can't eat from one food source, you got to be able to get food from another source. So if you can't eat fresh meat all the time, are you going to starve? No, you've got to be able to be flexible. So pick up a cookbook. Ainsley Harriott. You could be a cordon bleu chef by the end of the week, who knows? But yeah, I've seen on a lot of prepping videos, nobody mentions the rock solid basics. Learning to cook. Learn is essential. If you can't cook, you ain't gonna live. Once your tinned beans are run out, once your microwave meals are run out, how are you gonna eat? If you haven't got no poaching skills, no tracking skills, no hunting skills, you can't catch food. If you don't know where to lay your traps, what to look for, you ain't gonna retrieve any food. If you're not learning how to grow potatoes, beans, peas, even just small food boxes, just to get the basic principles under your belt. If you can't grow those things, if you can't grow corn, if you can't grow wheat, you are not gonna eat. Now, we're not so lucky here in the UK. We've only got, most of the houses these days are terrace houses, tiny gardens. Some houses you're lucky if you've got 2 square metres at the back of the house to put your washing line out, you wash your clothes. Whereas a lot of places like Alabama, you know, if you've got a back garden which is smaller than 1 mile square, you're poor. You have plenty of room to build shelters, plenty of room to grow crops and stock. Make the most of it. Get to know your neighbours. Get to know what they're growing. Be smart, be clever with the crops you grow. I think this current climate, the guys with the best chance are the Americans, I'll be honest. They got the land, they got the acreage. Some of the channels you've seen, like Survival Lily, she's already saying how she's had to improvise a dual electric system to run her fridge freezer. And how tough things are in Austria at the moment. Seriously tough. Fuel bills are going to the roof. She's even said this case where shelves have been emptied already this year in Austria. First world country. We're not talking third world country. We're not talking the back end of Nepal. We're not talking out in the sticks in the Philippines. We're not talking the back end of Calcutta. We're talking first world country, 21st century, and they're already resorting to third world power supplies to get enough electricity to afford to live to power their fridge freezers. Think smart, think on your feet. Talk to your neighbours. If they're growing strawberries, you grow raspberries. If they grow in grapes, you grow onions. Share your knowledge. Because there's only so many grapes you can eat in one go. There's only so many fields of corn you can eat in one go. But learn what each other's growing. Share your product, share your knowledge. And together it's going to make everything easier, and everybody will come through this much better. Ciao guys, take care. Love, peace. See you all soon.